Greetings, for joining us. Okay. Yeah, it took me a while to get here. It's the holiday weekend. I got some news for the outside world. So it's good I didn't go to that conference. Do my own spring cleaning. You know what that is in a second. So going to William Cooper. I might channel him tomorrow. We'll see. Sometimes he's gonna overdo it, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a nice controversial ufologist, conspiracy theorist who was there before Alex Jones, but more of a tamer energy. But he was out there. He was really out there. And I think the CIA killed him. So something like that. He predicted his own death, basically. And within the mythology of conspiracy theorists, JFK, William Cooper is at the top of that list. Also, Feline Fight Club. My cats are being the crap of each other. I inspired that. So, yeah, it's just, we'll just explore that one for what it is. And also, Philadelphia Masonic energies. And I'm also going to go into Boston a little bit on that one. So before I go into all of that, so I had to remove a member of the webinar recently, or today. It was a troll. He's been there for a while. I've known about it. I haven't said anything. I just kind of I should have kicked him out a long time ago, but I was just kind of feeling it out, seeing what they're doing, things like that. There's a little buddy on the outside. Yeah, it just has a vendetta against me, I guess. Yeah, they're not going to focus on themselves and grow. They're not going to do that. They're going to come to my webinar, badmouth me behind my back, take me to some other channel which is the friend, take them to another channel where badmouth me. And they've been doing this for a while. And I've known about it. I had to kind of figure it out. It comes back to me eventually. And it's been going on maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I don't know what's been going on, but it's really, and I told this person, I'm not going to mention the name. I did email the members about it, of who it is. Because this person's not allowed to come back. And I got an arrogant response from him, which I wasn't surprised. Instead of just constructive, conversation, instead of just an arrogant, snobbish, troll-like mentality. So basically, it's a troll. And his friend's a troll. They're just not. I mean, they're very arrogant. They're telling everybody how stupid they are, how intelligent they are. It just shows all their insecurity and all that. And this person's been the webinar for a while. Yeah, going after my members, kind of like a predator. And if somebody's missing in the webinar, that's usually there every week. You kind of get an idea who it is. So did it to themselves. So just very arrogant. Just like I said, and there's a lot of I guess when the soul deteriorates. I mean, that's their choice to act like this. So I've kind of moved on from this other person that's been not a healthy energy, and to just some sick energy out there. Just sick vibrations. So yeah, I've washed my hands of it and walked away, and it's like, you're messed up. It's not my deal. I'm not going to take care of raise you. I'm not your dad. But they keep coming back and messing with me. Infiltrating my freaking webinars and trashing my name. It's like, and if people are going to believe them, go right ahead. If you want to believe them, that's on you. I don't care. So there's a lot of that. So being influencing others, getting members to stop coming, things like that. That's pretty low. That's been going on for a while. So I should have did something about it a long time ago, but like I said, I was kind of watching it behind the scenes. So whatever. Let the karma build up. I mean, maybe they can go focus on themselves for once, but I don't see that happening. Why would you do that when you can just prey on my energy and screw on my stuff and everything? Get people to come to your it's just their other channel, or that's messed up. It's like soul growth is not happening. It's like going backwards. But the arrogance is just hilarious. It's like you might have knowledge here and there, but can you create your own knowledge? And of course, I guess they think they can. I don't know, whatever. It's unfortunate, but we're cutting the fat and the sign of things to come. So yeah, so I basically had a troll in the webinar for quite some time. So in a normal prominent member, not anymore. So yeah, the response I was not surprised by, but didn't have to do that. But whatever, it's up to the person. That's up to them. So anyway, moving on from that, as I've had done in the past. Doesn't seem to be working, but move on again. So I gotta be real careful who comes into the webinar and just the way it is. But yeah, the days of that are coming to an end anyway. So it's not gonna go away yet, but will eventually. So William Cooper energy. Yeah, it was pretty much out there. I don't remember. I mean, this is kind of a last minute connection. I didn't really educate myself on him. It's been a long time since I know like military or some kind of government group went into his place because he predicted, I think I can say this here. He predicted 9/11 before it happened. He was the first one that did that. He did it before Alex Jones. So Alex Jones, I think, got the idea from, I don't know, but they did the whole thing about Bin Laden, and I mean, he literally went into all because he's ex-military, saw UFOs. He was like one of the earliest people that talked about this stuff on the radio. I don't know what kind of radio it was, but I don't know if it was AM radio or whatever the alternative is to that. But I believe it was definitely on the radio, though. I told you how much I remember. Yeah, this is definitely a last minute connection. I guess I need some William Cooper here. Need some Fight Club William Cooper. I want to put conspiracy theorists in the title because YouTube's kind of screwed up there. Of course, YouTube's been pushing my channel into the never regions of nowhere. Did a pretty good job of that. But yeah, William Cooper, went to UFO Energies, talked about what I do remember about JFK. I think what he said about the driver, one of the drivers pointed a gun at JFK during that day. I think it was actually video of that too. And it is from the 1960s. So it's like, so the driver turned around, shot him basically. It's like, jeez. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. What a cover up. So, but yeah, when we covered the 9/11, I don't remember what caused him. He was talking a bunch of crazy stuff. It was just out there, but it doesn't mean it was wrong. But then Alex Jones is kind of like the conspiracy, the religious version of the conspiracy theorists. Call this number, buy this, whatever. Kind of like he added religion, kind of like a televangelism to conspiracy theories. Call my 1-800 number and then get all pissed off and all that. It's kind of like a televangelist, more of the extremes. So, but William Cooper wasn't like that. He was talking about a bunch of crazy stuff, though. But some of it was from experience, things he saw. So, and probably documents he got from others. Just it's too crazy for people to believe. I don't know, look at that. So, all right, so it happened to his energy and feline energy is basically just what we're going through. Because the cats, they clear out the frequencies of what we're going through. Ow. Fritzy's here. Ow. Yeah, she doesn't want to make I don't know if I can put her on if I pick her up, she She gets feisty. Yeah, she'll get all excited unless it's her idea. So we go into feline energies and the Masonic energies. Actually, Philadelphia, I didn't really find as much as I thought I was going to find because I've looked at it before, but it's been a while. I don't remember anymore. Yeah, just another Masonic day in the neighborhood. Was for Philadelphia. All right, so I'm talking comic private sessions. We have a scheduler, a shop here. The web webinar, social network, behind the scenes, and archive. And we'll go to this where it says William Cooper. There's not a whole lot of images of him, actually. That's a great one, though. Of course, that's the one that's possibly that one and this one. Showing a bunch of crazy ass shit that's going on. How about this? We wrote a couple of books also, Government Cover Up and You. That's great. So, they have this is in Philadelphia. Lovely. That is just disgusting. And that's in Philadelphia, of all places. It's just like people all mashed up together. Huh. I don't know about this one. Jeez. Of course, yeah. I think it's George Washington. Yeah. Yeah, the vibes in here isn't exactly the best. For obvious reasons. A lot of esoteric energy. Interesting. Yeah, just they're hiding stuff in plain sight. Obviously. Controlling the mind. Masonic Lodge. Looks like a church. Well, it is technically a church, I guess, right? You would not know that was a Masonic Lodge. I mean, how would you know that was a Masonic Lodge? Or a temple, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is like one of their main hangouts, obviously. Yeah, bragging about who they, who's running the country, basically. Anyway, Boston, lovely. I mean, there's not much you can really say about that. Just yeah, you don't see many buildings that have the G on. Not like that. Jeez. Just even the symbol itself has like a mind control energy connected to it. It's like the third eye. Not like that. This other one's a lot stronger. Yeah, wherever it is. Of course, yeah, Boston. Not a whole lot. It's either be more in Boston, but there's still. I mean, there's freaking weirdness. Yeah, just. Of course, I have Abraham Lincoln. At least it looks like the regular. It had like a younger image of Abraham Lincoln. I forgot where that was. That was kind of bizarre. Yeah, just vibes still. This one's a little. I don't think this structure is here anymore. The Bath Masonic Hall. I don't think that's around anymore. But I don't know what's going on with that. But I didn't get too deep into this. But we'll just leave it at that. But this is in London. I should think there would be actually more to it than that, or more going on there. But there probably is. But. And of course, Bill Cooper. Ow. Cat. All right. Just going to do a slight rundown. Yeah, for those that are doing spiritual get-togethers, webinars, just be aware of infiltrators. It's just good to keep more of an eye on that. Yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, if you don't kick certain people out for certain reasons, there's probably a reason behind it. Just learning from them or just seeing what they're going to do and so on. Yeah. But they come off all arrogant and snobbish. That's a troll mentality, and just they're trying to protect themselves. They attack you mentally when they do that. That's the only defense they got. It's kind of like finding a spy. Same thing. So Fritz is here, but if I pick her up, she'll freak out. Okay, all right. Going to William Cooper's energy, going to the feline frequencies, what they have to say, if they have anything to say, and going to the Masonic Philadelphia vibes. So tap into Philadelphia's energy and see what they have to say. So, all right, blessings. This is Bill Cooper. Yeah, some might not believe this or care, or doesn't really matter. It depends on where you are at a soul level of how much just crazy you can handle. It's kind of like how much alcohol can you drink? Because there's a lot out there. Now, obviously, there's a darker side of the government that I went towards in my life because that was what I was most familiar with. But for me, that was where the disclosure was. Because, basically it's kind of like a closed book, a closed, kind of like a dark alley, like with a door there that you can't get in, like a private club, a VIP club that I was aware of, even technically been in it myself until I was technically kicked out. Basically, start talking more about this publicly. It's like random information I could find that I was more had access to at the time. Now, many aren't going to remember. Basically, you say I'm kind of a legend technically in the spirituality um, groups. But realize you are being listened to, meaning that those of you that are here to, change reality, go against, there's are many that are going to try to muzzle you, especially on social media. Of course, and sometimes it's better not to be too well known. That way you can get your information out there while others are trying to censor. And yes, conspiracy theories have become more dramatic, more entertainment level. Yes, panic attacks. And that gets the adrenaline of the mind going. It's kind of like mind control when you think about it. If it's always a panic, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, everyone's scared. It's unfortunately that the spiritual community or the UFO or the conspiracy, either way, all of them. Of course, the spirituality group, some of them are so blasé. It's almost like you're connected to someone's drug habit of just being so very talking in a monotone voice, sucking people in. It's kind of like it's like mental drugs. Without going into all the details of that. So yeah, you're up against a lot, as you can see. There's a siren energy, basically. The sirens, there are good sirens in the background in the past, but there's also modern day sirens. So some of your spiritual groups are kind of like a siren energy. They're just there to kind of whoop you in, talk in a monotone voice, and put spell work on it to pull you into their reality that they created for you, to keep you from yourself, you can say. But as for the UFO frequencies, yes, it's very real. There are good ones, of course. The ones that want to really, some of them have more problems than a human. Think about that. Think about a human having all these you have your dark side, you have all, but the freaking aliens take it to a whole new level. Like they're not, here you're not always aware of your issues, and that's not a bad thing. Well, that's why that's how you heal it. It's like the less you know about it, it's like you're trying to improve. It's like sometimes you know about your problems, you can't fix them. Sometimes the less you know, the better. And you like slowly fix yourself from within. I know it's hard, but it does work. Like you say something you shouldn't be saying. It's like, okay, maybe I shut the hell up and listen for once. I mean, that's instead of people just telling you what your issues are, you kind of like you figure it out. Like you have your eureka moments or however you want to word it. But with yeah, government of I'm jumping around. Government infiltration. Yeah, they're skeptical of humans in general. There are feline beings, humanoid, that kind of scare the hell out of government people. They have seen them, and some of the alien beings do appear at times. But as for making that public, yeah, there's a blockade. Now, there are alien groups, I believe, that would make contact with humans, but it's gonna be, yeah, it's kind of like having an alien parade, but almost like an invasion, basically alien beings appearing across your planet everywhere, in the skies, on the ground. It's not. It almost looks like you're being taken over, but you're not. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen in your lifetime, but this is what you're gearing up to. Basically, more humans become more accepting of who's out there. Instead of this like little niche group, it becomes more known throughout your world. I know the feline energy is going to come through, but I'm going to keep talking. For the feline energies, I'll go into their fight club energy. Yeah, there are feline beings that are fighting among each other here. Some are doing a playful level, obviously. Well, if they love each other, they play with each other. Even romantic people do that too. Like sometimes they take it to a whole new level of yelling at each other. Sometimes they break up, but they're still together. That's the one thing about relationships here. Is like you might not be with that person anymore, but technically you still are if you keep thinking about them and all that. So in a way, that's kind of a tragic and romantic energy in the long run. The feline beings are basically learning from you of how to improve themselves. All these aliens are here to improve themselves. Obviously, many of you are incarnated, connected to it. Basically, there's akashic knowledge you can't get from other places. It's like there's alien groups from the deep past brought knowledge here from other universes. It's like, you know what, we went through hell. I think you should go through it too. It's kind of like putting like a trap here. Not that you're going to be trapped here forever, but kind of like, it's like your world could have went in different ways. It could have been this positive paradise. Everyone's walking around naked. Everyone's eating grapes. Or the other reality where, yeah, you kind of open up the gates to hell and really do a lot of internal cleansing. It's like you're opening up your third eye by going through the reverse of what you'd rather go through. So some of you actually came from like paradise worlds. It's like, wow, I've lived this happy life eating grapes all day, or my whole life, and you come to Earth and the exact opposite. It's the calm before the storm. Some of you might feel that. Some of you have had incarnations in Vietnam. Yeah, you've been stuck here. It's like you're kind of going through the same traumas over and over again. Not just from the Vietnam War, but Vietnam. Yeah, there's different wars in Vietnam. At least that's one. There's a reptilian manipulation. There's also a lot of mind control going on in that part. Of course, it's happening all across your world. Your Ukraine energy. The Ukraine energy, at least the dark side of it, is like the devil itself. Yeah. It's like the devil itself. It justifies itself, and just it's all out mind control. As you can see, yes, it's going to have send a poster boy around. Of course, it's going to. You can say Ukraine is kind of like Big Brother. Sending its puppet president around, getting pictures, going to the Grammys. It's like this is your version of Big Brother. Well, not to say the whole country's going or your whole world's going through it, but this shows the mentality of these beings that are here. It's like, yeah, we might be called out for our darkness, but we're going to make ourselves stars and say it's the other guy when actually it's them. causing all the, as you know, all the conspiracies, all of them. Yeah, it's truly kind of they're like pulling out, really connecting. So the elites, obviously, some of you already know this, like go really to the animalistic side of the human, like kind of turn a human to a monster. Have you seen that in the U.S.? Without going into the violence in schools? Yeah, they're putting they're turning humans into just human guinea pigs. Is this all government? No, let's be on that. It's more of like your psychotics that will, yeah, unfortunately enjoy this type of situation because they don't think much of the humans anyway. Some of them are reptilian in that way. They're just it's like it's kind of like a movie. They're the bad guy, and see if you can catch him. So they do it, and they're not in the public eye, as some of you might think they are. They're not. Epstein, no. I mean, yeah, he's a pawn in it, obviously, but he's not. The shadow people are here physically, but I believe they do everything they can to keep themselves out of the limelight. That's head honcho. You can hear about all these Illuminati families, but they're in the I mean, yes, there are some of them connected to, the ones doing this, but their names are not normally public. Their names might be out there, but it seems like insignificant. It's like that's nobody, and actually, it's somebody, but you'll never know that. Yeah, it's a difficult one because they're very trickstery also. But as for Philadelphia, I'm going to go through all these. Philadelphia, yeah, is evil. Well, not the people there, but that's like where your Illuminati was created here in the U.S. One of Boston, mostly Philadelphia. Yeah, that's where all the signing of papers, constitutions, and all this, wherever that. But there's been a lot of documentation done there, signings. So it shows you, it's like, we have your birth certificate and we have you by the throat. And the banking cartel is obviously going to slither in. Now, that was inevitable. All this banking situation, all inevitable. And of course, right now, your government's, of course, cat and mouse type of situation, just mind games on this. But people have gotten lazier here in society, that's what they want. Basically, just what can a government do for me? And it's just, you have a lot of that in your modern, at least in the U.S., not necessarily around the world, but of course, the government's not very compassionate towards people either. It doesn't really care about people. Not yes and no, mostly no. At least the darker side of it. So you're here. Why you incarnated here to expose darkness? Is not the easy. It's like war. This is more mental warfare, which is even harder. Of course, even physical warfare, you feel like you're not getting any. Either way, you feel like you're not getting anywhere. When you think those in the Civil War thought they were getting somewhere, the American Revolution, they thought they were getting somewhere. Not really. There's a lot of times I feel like they're not getting anywhere. It's like, we're going to lose this, aren't we? So it's the same thing. It's just instead of in the war front, you're at home kind of wondering, your mind, is going crazy. As others have done, it's just a different type of war. Yeah, eventually, like 100, 200 years from now, they'll look at your modern society. It's like, yeah, you went from war from the battlefield to your home. Now you're on the internet trying not to go too insane. So it's more of big brother psychological warfare at a level. It's like sometimes the old days. Yeah, it's sometimes easy. Yeah, you're at war, you're walking, you're getting exercise, you might die tomorrow. But at least you feel like, what? At least you're doing something. Here is a little bit worse because you're you're working mentally, but it's like a mind game. It's like, is this worth it? Am I getting anywhere? Does anybody care? So once in the mind, which is the worst. AI energy is not that. It's there. It's not that sophisticated. But those that are doing this, you just got to keep going, keep trying. Eventually, the world will hear you if you feel like it needs to hear you.